Hello.
And good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Trekfast. I'm Corey.
And I'm Mike. Today we are going to be doing Season 3, Episode 3, The Paradise Syndrome. Did I get that right? Yep.
Yes. I'm excited. Last two episodes were pretty good. Last episode got the Golden Sriracha Bottle Award, so we're hoping, you never know. And we're 2 for 2 on the Sulu meter. So, you never know. We might be 3 for 3.
He might be in every episode this season. We might have just been complaining. Maybe he just wasn't around a lot the second season. We don't know.
Which would be a really funny
It would
thing.
make us very happy.
Yeah.
We complained and then we got exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
Today we hit the Bus Bakery this morning, a nearby bakery. Very delicious. And we got the same sandwich, the Farmer's Breakfast sandwich, but we have made alterations and they are pretty different.
We modded the sandwiches.
So I'll do mine first because
Yeah.
yours is more exciting. We'll build up to it.
Well, the way you cooked yours was awesome.
So I got the Farmer's Breakfast egg sandwich, and we cooked our sandwiches differently. I cooked mine in the George Foreman grill. It's an egg cheese sandwich, and there's some other stuff going on there. I don't know quite what it is. There's some green things in the eggs. I don't know what they are. And I also put sriracha on it, of course, obviously.
You need it.
Egg, cheese, some other things that I don't know what they are. Green. They're green. And then sriracha. But Corey really modded his out.
I put pepperoni on mine because pepperoni in the morning is everything. I also put a little cilantro in it and sriracha. And I just toasted the focaccia, and I just kind of separately microwaved the egg, which I think has like spinach and like probably peppers and onions in it, which I hope. It's called a Farmer's Omelet Sandwich.
Yeah. No, I thought it was called Farmer's Breakfast.
Oh, Farmer's Breakfast?
Yeah.
I said omelet on the back. That's
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll let you know. We'll figure it out.
They'll be good markers,
All right,
though.
let's go. Let's watch this episode.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yep.
Get pregnant wife.
Yeah. All right.
That's the first episode
Forever
that's really
time.
ended on like a dark note. Like
Yeah.
They usually end with some stupid joke.
Yeah, they do. They usually have a really bad joke, right?
Wow, what an episode!
Oh, boy. What do you think?
Well, let's do a recap first.
Yeah, let's.
So in this episode of Star Trek, the main three, Kirk, McCoy, and Spock, they go out and they discover this planet very similar to Earth, and there's an asteroid that's about to hit it. So they're planning on getting rid of this asteroid and helping these like Native American people that live on this planet. So they're under a time crunch because they have to get the asteroid at a certain point, or else it becomes too hard.
Yeah. Also on the planet, there's this monolith temple thing that has just encryptic alien writing on it, and Kirk accidentally falls into it and activates a memory beam that just makes his memory go away. So Kirk loses his memory. It's a really funny scene.
Yeah, so Kirk loses his memory, but Spock and McCoy don't know where he went, so they have to go. They go back to the ship to try to get rid of the asteroid. Meanwhile, leaving Kirk on this like Native American civilization for months. Right? Was it months or was it?
It's definitely a long time.
Maybe a month. I don't remember exactly how long, but eventually, so Kirk, they start worshiping him like a god.
Because he saves a little boy.
He saves a little boy with CPR, and then he gets married, and then he gets the woman pregnant. She's like the princess of the tribe or something.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a jealous guy who loved her, so he attacks Kirk. And then Spock discovers that the obelisk, it's like a spoken password or something, so they get Kirk back to it.
Actually, he discovers it by playing the bass.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's like a tone. It's like a music tone or like a rhythm or a melody. And he's like playing the bass. In his cool Spock room.
The whole tribe turn on Kirk and they start like stoning him during a windstorm because he can't stop it from happening because they think he's a god. So that's a really weird moment.
There's a lot. This episode was actually full of a lot of weird moments. I felt like when Kirk was trying to think of his name, when they asked him what his name was.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
like, Kirk. I felt like I was.
So they call him Karak.
Karak, yeah. It's like Kirk.
They're like, Karak, right? That's what you said? Because your name can't just be Kerr.
Yeah, they're like, Kerr isn't a name.
What may I tell them?
Sulu was in this episode.
Yes. So 3 for 3.
So Sulu meter is up to. Hold on.
What we're thinking he might just be in every episode,
Which would be amazing. We would get exactly what we want.
And the meter would get.
So Sulu meter is at 3 right now. There was also a cool thing in this episode where they sort of justify how many like human civilizations they've crossed in the show, because they talk about some like advanced civilization called the Preservers, and these like Preservers, they apparently like have taken humans off of Earth and then dropped them on other planets to try to preserve their cultures, like right when their culture is about to go extinct. So that's how these Native Americans got here, and that's how they also explain how they keep running onto humans on the show, which is kind of cool.
It is. That was cool, because it's like, oh, a planet with more humans, Native Americans, and it's like, oh no, that explained a lot.
And then of course the episode ends with them. They avoid the asteroid, but during the stoning, when all the stones are being thrown at Kirk, or Karak, his pregnant wife gets killed, and it ends on this very dark note.
Yeah,
with her dying and Kirk like saying goodbye to her. Which I'm gonna say this about that, like that was sad, but I feel like I would have cared a lot more if Kirk didn't fall in love every episode.
Yeah,
I would have been oh man, the woman he loves is dying, but I'm like, wait, every episode he falls in love with a different alien or seduces a different alien, so it's like whatever. I guess the part that she was pregnant is pretty sad.
Yeah, and I think that's how they just made you care a little bit. It was like, oh, now he's pregnant? Well, gee, Kirk. The first thing he says, like, they talk about, like, the God syndrome in the beginning, and like, around this place, man. They're like, remember, you don't mess around with the, with the planet. And it's like, they just leave him there, and he's, like, just so involved. So it's, it was hard to care about.
Kirk also did a lot of, like, classic Kirk. As soon as he gets, like, close enough to a woman, he has to grab both of her shoulders. He always goes in for the double shoulder grab.
It makes you feel kirked. It makes you feel like you're being kirked.
And there was even it was really funny because it kept happening in this episode, which it happens in all episodes, but this episode there was a moment where he was standing really close to his wife, and then it jump cutted to a different angle, and in that second angle his hands were on his shoulders, even though they weren't in the first one. So it's like he had to grab her shoulder. Yeah, he doesn't have no choice.
I don't know how to get inside the temple.
But you are a god.
And Corey made a funny comment. He said it's like he's reading. You said he's reading.
Yeah, it's like
books.
he's like picking up like a newspaper.
Picking up each woman and being like, oh yes.
Yeah, or like picking up a record, like, oh, this one. Okay, what's there?
It's so weird. It's such
he
a
did
weird
a lot of
way
classic
to
Kirk
show.
stuff. He yelled a lot. This was probably one. It's an entertaining episode, but I really don't know if I liked it.
I wonder if like that is something that Shatner just like added, or that's something they told him to do, or maybe that's actually how Shatner shows his affection to people. I don't know.
Just the shoulder grab.
There was also a funny, I don't know, this episode,
It was weird because they got out really easy. After taking all that time, they stranded themselves in space.
Yeah.
And Kirk gets his memory, and then he messes around for weeks.
it was honestly, I was
get
bored.
out.
I was
yeah,
bored a lot
yeah,
of this episode. It was boring.
because there's a scene when they start falling in love and stuff. It gets not that it's all. It's just kind of they're
There's
like running through.
yeah,
the
they're
woods,
like
and
playing
they're
tag in the woods and
"Ah."
kissing. It's just like there's just cuts back and forth between like Kirk and Love, like which I said we see a lot, and then like Spock and McCoy arguing, and McCoy trying to flirt with Spock.
And
like,
Spock overworking and being Spock.
like we've said on the show
And figuring
before,
everything out.
McCoy is in love with Spock, and it frustrates him that Spock does not show him the affection back. And this episode, even like McCoy
breathtaking.
starts making fun of Spock's blood for being different.
Well, your Vulcan metabolism is so low it can hardly be measured, and it's for the pressure that green ice water you call blood.
Like, you're a doctor, and that's your patient. You shouldn't be making fun of his blood unless you're trying to flirt with him, which is what he's doing. All right, Corey, how do you review this? How are you gonna rate this episode? Or do you have any other comments you want to make?
Besides that, they got out too easy. They got down, and they got in with the communicator. Like it was like a tone in like what Kirk said, and it was
Yeah.
just Kirk to Enterprise, and then the thing opens. Like it was like, oh, all I had to say is please open, or open now.
Yeah. Also, if this preserve the preservers who like set up this monolith to help them like avoid the asteroid, why would they hide it underground? Why didn't they just like make it an open thing for people to use?
Why wouldn't they be like, look, you people, I don't know, can't interfere, whatever. And yeah, they talk it out. They make it sound like it's a very complicated machine, but he just presses one button. It's just kind of funny. He's like, well, all I have to do is press the right button, and it's like, blink, press it. It was funny. And then yeah, the lengthy death scene I thought was just crazy. Just so it was like it was kind of just to pull at the heartstrings, and after a while you're just like, yep, okay. And then the credits just like, yeah, it's done. It's done. It's just like, it was a ridiculous episode.
Which we're not used to because usually they end in a weird joke. But even the sad episodes like end in a weird joke. But this one just ended from the sad moment when she died to credits.
Yeah, took me off guard. But I don't know. I think I'm going to give this one a 2. To be honest, 2 farmers breakfast sandwiches.
I'm only gonna give it a 1. I'm gonna give it a 1 farmer breakfast sandwich. I thought it was boring.
It gets a whole nother point for me because of the Kirk freakouts. There's a lot of them that
There
I
were a
really
few Kirk
liked.
freakouts, yeah.
There's a lot of Kirk yelling. But you hated it.
I didn't hate it. I mean, I'm glad I watched it, but it's definitely, come on, it was not a good episode. And I realized I gave the Nazi episode. I was thinking I gave the Nazi episode a 2, and I like this one definitely worse. I like that one definitely better than this one.
Yeah, actually that other one had like a lot of funnier moments. To be honest, this one was just like,
Nah, it was boring. I honestly thought this episode was pretty boring. All right. Well, maybe hopefully it'll be now. At least we got Sulu. That makes me very happy.
Yeah, that was great. It looked like he was playing a virtual boy, helping out. It was awesome. And they put Chekhov in the corner. They're like, yeah, just get him back there. We'll need back there.
All right.
Have a good day.
Have a good Trekfast day. Eat breakfast. Watch Star Trek. Goodbye.